Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. So, before anything else, I would like to introduce myself first. So, I am Gismir Velasco Laraga, and what I'm about to do right now is I'm going to present about a given topic, which is about international financial institution role in global and regional issues. So, I know nga most of us know kahibaw naman sa mga financial institution nga nag-guide sa tuwa globally and regionally, no? So, based on the given topic, this topic is all about explore the critical functions of international financial institution or IFIs in addressing various global and regional challenges. IFIs like the IMF, World Bank, and regional development banks plays pivotal roles in fostering economic stability, promoting development, and facilitating international cooperation. So this topic is all about highlighting their major programs and contribution to global and regional issues, including financial stability, public health, environmental sustainability, and economic development. So all international financial institutions (IFIs) have two major product lines that help address global and regional issues. Their country programs and their global and regional programs, by definition the country programs, support the development strategies and investment projects of of individual individual countries, but taken together, these programs contribute to being advancing the well-being of the regions and country's regions and of the world as a whole. The global regional programs provide financial resources that address global and regional issues directly and increase the supply of global public goods. They also promote international cooperation. So they have two major about these product lines, which is the country programs and global regional programs. So from the first sa country programs, sa kani siya nga programs is nag-focus siya on individual countries aligning with their specific development strategies and investment needs. Collectively, these efforts nag-enhance siya sa regional global well-being by fostering economic growth and stability. And also sa global and regional programs, these initiatives directly tackle broader issues such as public health, environmental stability, or financial stability, thereby promoting sa international cooperation and increasing the supply of public goods. A good overview of the activities of IFS at the country, regional, and global levels can be found in the annual Global Monitoring Report series jointly produced since 2024 by staff members of the World Bank and IMF. Although the primary purpose of these reports is to assist the implementation of policies and actions aimed at achieving the Millennium Development Goals, each report also contains a chapter on IFIs which summarizes their contribution on global issues through their global and regional programs. So this slide is all about global monitoring report. So kani siya is nag-offer siya comprehensive insight kadto sa IFIs activities, assisting programs toward the Millennium Development which is the MDGs ug nag-highlight siya sa ilang mga contribution sa globally o sa regional issues. It serves nga as a valuable resource for understanding the impact of IFI's program. So next, the rest of the section draws heavily in 2004 and 2000 reports. IMF is also the principal forum for discussing not only national economic policies in global context but also issues important to the stability of the international monetary and financial system. This includes countries' choice for exchange rate arrangement, the rest of the stabilizing international capital flows, and the design of internationally recognized standards codes for policies institution. So which means it is all about the IMF's role. So the IMF serves as the key platform for global economic policy discussion, addressing the crucial issues such as exchange rate arrangements, international flow risk, and the development of global standard and goals. So this all about vital for maintaining global financial stability. So IMF plays a central role in addressing those global issues related to promoting a stable and open global economic and financial environment. So first, it does so through its surveillance of the economic policies of those countries that because of their size or their critical role in international trade or finance are important to the health of the global economic system. So this is all about surveillance. So ang kanang IMF nagmonitor siya sa mga policies sa of key countries to ensure nga they do not pose threats to global economic stability. So this surveillance helps identify potential issues early and promote appropriate policies responses. So the consultation with industrial countries that IMF conducts under the Article 4 of its article of agreement are vehicle for promoting appropriate policies such as cur- curbing domestic imbalances that may pose risk for the global economy. IMF is also becoming increasingly active in multilateral surveillance, highlighting both macroeconomic and financial risks as they emerge global level. So also this is a article for consultations. So kani siyang consultations allow the IMF to engage with industrial countries promoting policies that mitigate domestic imbalance or potential global risk. So the IMF's increasing focus on multilateral surveillance help nga ma-address ang emerging microeconomic and financial risks sa atong global scale. IMF is planning to make a surveillance more effective through more incisive analysis of specific weaknesses and distortions in the global financial system that raise risk of crisis and the contagion or hinder adjustment to globalization. It will also promote international dialogue within the international community and multilateral actions necessary to ensure global financial stability. So, ang IMF kay nag-aim sila nga to improve sa ilang surveillance by conducting detailed analysis of weakness and distortions in the global financial system. So, kani siya ka effort nga ilang gi-conduct, it includes pag-promote nila sa international dialogue o necessary multilateral actions para ma-ensure ang global financial stability. So next, IMF provides financial support to member countries experiencing balance of payments difficulties. Such lending helps stabilize the affected economy while also safeguarding global financial stability. Stabilization loans are extended at market interest rate for high and middle income and on concessional terms of low income countries. So, this time, the IMF is nag-provide sila og mga crucial financial assistance sa mga country para facing balance of payment crisis kanang helping stabilize their economies and maintain global financial stability. So, this time, this support includes market rate loans for higher income countries and concessional loans para sa mga low income nga mga countries. So next, so since we're done to IMF, so now let's move on to World Bank. So I know nga most of you is about the World Bank kay based on our previous topics, kapila na nigibalik-balik ang World Bank. So now, let's read World Bank. World Bank, a critical part of the World Bank work is devoted to analysis and advocacy in the global arena, especially with especially with respect to the policies and action of developed countries on trade, aid, and debt relief, given their importance in addressing these global issues and reducing poverty. The bank's support for global programs began 3 decades ago with the establishment of the Consultative Group of International Agricultural Research, or the CGIAR, for which the bank served as both convener and donor, as well as lender to development countries for complementary activities. So, the roles of World Bank is engage siya global analysis and advocacy, focusing on trade, aid, and debt relief policies of developed countries para ma-address ang mga global issues ug makareduce sa poverty. Also, the role of World Bank is to support for global programs began sa CGIAR, highlighting its long-term commitment to global development. That is the role of the World Bank. So next, CGIAR, which brings together leading agricultural and research institutes for around the world, has had some notable successes in creating global public goods such as the high-yielding varieties of crops that are the backbone of the grain revolution. As the only global institution among MDBs, the World Bank has increased its support for global programs rapidly in recent years. 70 different programs involving many of the global issues covered in the book are now underway. So, this time, this is all about the CGIAR success. So, ang CGIAR has achieved significant breakthroughs like high-yielding crop varieties, crucial to the green revolution. The World Bank, unique among multilateral development banks or the MDBs for its global reach, has significantly expanded its support for global programs, currently managing 70 initiatives addressing diverse global issues. So next, a major expansion of the bank's work on global issues began in the late 1990s, when the bank increased its orientation toward global partnerships and associated program support activities. This change in policy reflected in the bank's recognition of the rapid pace of of global of globalization and the sharply increased attention of global policy issues within the development community. So it is all about the global partnership. So pagka late 1990s kuno, ang World Bank kay shifted towards global partnership and program support, recognizing that a phase piece of globalization and the need for concerted efforts on global policy issues within the development community. So many of these programs feature partnership focused on the delivery of global and regional public goods, including the provision seed money. So in September 2000, the Development Committee endorsed the bank's priorities in supporting global public goods. Those priorities focus on 5 areas, which is public health, protection on the global commons, and financial stability, trade, and knowledge. The World Bank is nag-often involved siya og partnership delivering global and regional public goods, including initial funding. So pagka 2000 ato, ang Development Committee is nag-prioritize sila nag-support sila sa public health, sa mga global common protection, financial stability, trade, o knowledge. So next, once we're done to IMF and the World Bank. So now let's move on to the regional development banks. So the regional development banks are also actively involved in global and regional programs covering financial stability, trade, the environment, post-conflict assistance, and knowledge. But EBRD are also involved in the control of infectious diseases. In many cases, the regional bank's focus is on prevention of regional public goods or a regional aspect of global public goods in this regard they complement the World Bank global and regional efforts. So kani po siya ang Regional Development Banks or the RBDs kay nag-play po siya vital roles sa financial stability, about sa trade, about sa environmental issues o mga post-conflict assistance o knowledge dissemination. So except for the ABRD, they also focus on controlling sa infectious diseases, complementing sa World Bank's efforts by addressing regional public goods and aspects of global public goods. So next is for AFDB critical regional issues include the post-conflict assistance and public health measures, especially in the face of if HIV AIDS epidemic. For ADV, key issues are the environment, health, and knowledge. So with a particular focus on those issues where spillover effects exist within the region or its sub-region. So finally, for ABRD nuclear safety, it is an area of special focus. It has taken the lead internationally in supporting countries in transition from socialism and the decommissioning of nuclear capacity, along with the resolution of other liabilities from the socialist era. Another area of focus is financial stability, especially the adoption of VRD, regional members of the financial standards and codes underpinning market economies. So kani siyang EFDV kay focuses on post-conflict assistance on public health, particularly HIV and AIDS. Kani nga time isa man ni ang common nga health issue which is about HIV and AIDS. So, ang role sa FDB is to concentrate on environment, health, and the knowledge issues, emphasizing regional spillover effects. Also, ang kaning EBRD is nag-prioritize sila sa nuclear safety, supporting countries transitioning from a socialism with decommissioning nuclear capacity o resolving environmental liabilities. Og also, ang kaning EBRD promotes financial stability through the adaptation of financial standards and codes. And also, these regional programs is include siya mga mix of RPG programs including regional infrastructure projects and multi-country programs. So, kani sila some examples. So first, the AFDB. AFDB is supporting the new partnership of Africa's development, the Africa Union, the Global Environment Facility, especially on the development of an Environmental Action Plan of Africa, and the Africa Regional Coordination Unit for the UN Convention to combat desertification. So kaning AFDB is support various initiatives like sa new partnership sa development sa Africa o kanang Global Environment Facility. So ang FDV is nag-focus siya sa environmental action and combating desertification. So next is the ADB. ADB is supporting the region Mekong Sub-Region Program, which promotes cross-country cooperation in a number of sectors through investment and infrastructure policy initiatives and institutional mechanism. So kani siyang EDB is kanang usa ni siya ang box the Greater Mekong Sub-Region Program usa ni siya sa nag-enhance or enhancing sa cross-country cooperation sa mga infrastructure o sa mga policy. Next is the IDB. So IDB's approach to regional issues has found focus on facilitating cross-fertilization of ideas on policy issues. Its regional policy dialogue provides a forum for policymakers to discuss issues for common concern in its 7 network areas, such as education, natural disasters, environment, central banks and finance ministries, poverty and social protection, public policy management, and transparency. So kani po siyang IDB, usa pod ni siya ay sa nag-facilitate sa mga policy dialogue sa regional issues. Ang kaning IDB providing also a platform for policy makers para makashare ideas on diverse topics. So next is ABRD. So ABRD support a number of regional programs for private sector development, including for trade facilitation and small medium sized enterprises development. In addition, a growing number of ABRD projects cover more than one country. Examples include regional equity funds, energy trade, and project in which a sponsor from one country invest in another. So when we say ABRD, ABRD is nag-promote sa regional private sectors, development, trade facilitation, and SME growth o mga projects spanning multiple countries. And lastly, the World Bank supports a large number of regional programs and initiatives in cooperation with other MDBs and other relevant partners. So example is include the trade and transport facilitation in Southeast Europe program, which promotes more efficient and less costly trade flows and provide customs and standards compatible with the European Union, the Latin America Regional Initiative on Infrastructure, in cooperation with IDB and Strategic Framework for ID Assistance to Africa, in cooperation with FTB and other partners. So, of course, kaniyang World Bank is yung role niya is to collaborate with other MDBs sa mga regional programs, improving trade and infrastructure, and sa mga development standards across sa mga various regions. So as a conclusion, international financial institutions play an indispensable role in addressing both global and regional issues through their comprehensive programs. So their efforts range from financial stability and economic policy advocacy to environmental sustainability, public health, and post-conflict assistance. By fostering international cooperation and supporting the provision of global and regional programs and regional public goods, IFS contributes significantly to global economic stability and development. So their collaborative approaches, diverse initiatives, and target support mechanism underscore the critical importance of IFS in tackling the complex challenges of today's interconnected world. So that's all for today. So thank you for listening and God bless.